Khalid, can you please confirm if Srinivas and Amir is going to join this session? Khalid or Tosif, can you please confirm if
Sri will join maybe after 10 minutes. He's on
this
site
training
walk.
session? So is it fine if we can start and later on they can join us?
I join already. Good morning for everybody.
Morning, Ali.
Okay, Shazad, we can start.
Okay, sure. Thank you everyone for joining this session. So let me take you through this agenda which we are going to discuss today. So first of all, I will give you an introduction about this portal, and then we will discuss about the purpose of the training. Then there is a comprehensive guideline about the portal, how to use. This will be the complete guide from A to Z for you guys to understand. So this includes how to log in and use the portal, which will be the first step for you to use the portal, and how to validate, approve access related requests, which is related to security team basically, and how to check assigned tasks. This will be also discussed today. How to attend and close assigned tasks, including updated notes and adding attachments as well. Explanation of ticket status options, like when to assign, when to in progress, what is pending. We will discuss about it, and how to resolve the ticket and what is it about basically. We will also discuss about SLAs today. Although that SLA is not related to any contract, basically I have put some examples just for you to understand that what are the SLAs when it comes to the portal ticketing system. We will also discuss about notification and assignment process. This will be also comprehensive guide. Then in the end, the conclusion will be discussed, and then at the end of this training session, I'll give you a time to ask any relevant question. If you have any doubts, you can ask the question anytime, even during the training session, you can ask the questions. So let's talk about the introduction of the BMC portal. Basically, BMC Helix portal is a unified cloud-based platform. This has been offered by BMC software company, and that provides us a single point of access to multiple BMC Helix services and solutions. So basically, to have this portal is a blessing, basically, because whatever comes to us and whatever we are doing within our data center, it will be recorded on the portal. So that's why this training is going to be really good for all of us. It will be really important, basically. The purpose of this training is basically to ensure that the request assigned to the different groups action appropriately and in a timely manner, basically. So if the request is not action, if the request is not action by the assignee in a timely manner, the problem will be here. Then the customer will continue to see it as pending on the assignee's end. So basically, we will discuss about it later, how the customer will be able to see if the request is pending and it's pending with ABC or who else. So I will show you basically the examples of it. So this is the basic purpose, like if there is any request assigned to either operation, security, or including help desk, that has to be attended in a timely manner. Why? Because of course in incidents there will be an SLA. Soon we are going to implement those SLAs, and if we are going to delay something, so we have to face consequences in terms of breaching the SLAs, On the other hand, the customer will be concerned that the request has been raised for so long and no one is actioning on my request. So this is the reason I have scheduled this training, so everyone will understand what action needs to be done by the assignee. So overview of the portal is basically we have two sides on the portal. So one is for the customers, which is called end user portal. Also, it's called DWP, which is DWP means is I forgot basically digital workplace. So that has to be used by the customer only. This is not designed for internal stakeholders like for help desk, for security and operations team. That is different, which we will discuss later on. So the end user portal is basically used by the customer to raise request for. So they can raise the request delivery related and collection related request, let's say waste collection or anything which they want to be collected from the data center and take it to outside. And deliveries also, they can schedule their deliveries through this portal, and this mechanism is already been set at the back end. Whenever they are going to raise any request, it will be shown us on ITSM portal. So also they can request for access batches, temporary either or permanent access. They can also request through this portal. If you can see, these styles are available on end user portal. So customer, all these styles, they can use it. If they don't want to use anything, let's say even under they don't want to use permit to work. So we already remove this option from their end user portal. But apart from that, on the mom side, still they are using this style basically for permit to work. Then there is a tile to report an incident. This is very critical because the SLAs will be linked to the incident only. All these other requests, there is no SLA. There will be no SLA even in the future, but it depends. If the delivery is scheduled maybe for tomorrow, it has to be attended today and it has to be processed in the system before that time. But there is no breach, but still we are answerable to attend this request based on the schedule of the delivery and collection. Then there is also one option which is called remote hands. Right now we haven't received any request related to remote hand, but yes, this option is available for our customers as well. Recently, we have added one new tile, which is service request. Let's say if the requester want to clean some of the areas, so it's not an incident. So idea came from customer implementation team, Murad, which was very good basically to add this service request. Let's say if, apart from incident, if they want to request anything, let's say they need any reports, this has to be captured on the portal as well. So we have made some codes under this service request. Let's say if they want to even schedule the meeting, we have added one option to add that request on the portal. Let's say to schedule a meeting for tomorrow. So this is basically end user portal. So this has been utilized by our customers solely only. This is not going to be used by us. So after that, this is very important because this is a smart ITSM portal, which internal stakeholder has to use it, including help desk, security, even customer implementation team, even all of them. They are part of internal stakeholder. They have to utilize this ITSM portal. So basically, smart ITSM design is for support teams, internal stakeholders like us. The Mark Digital, we are all of us, we are going to utilize this ITSM portal. Why to use this ITSM portal? To handle requests raised by the customer through the end user portal. As I have mentioned earlier, whatever customers they are going to create on DWP portal, end user portal, it will be trigger a notification for access related request, which I am going to discuss it later. And apart from access related request, all the request will be trigger a work order and incident tickets towards this smart ITSM. So whoever will be the assignee of this ITSM portal, they will be able to see those tickets. As per the standard process, each request must be attended to and close by the assigned team through Smart ITSM. So basically, if there is any request which is assigned to the operations team, let's suppose to operation team, they have to attend that request in this portal. So technically, you will be able to see once you are logged in on ITSM portal, all the assigned ticket. This is help desk console, so we are able to see all the requests, but we cannot change any work order or ticket assigned to security or operation. This is mechanism which is already been set on the portal. But for me, since I got admin access, I can change the status. But apart from me, my team, they are unable to change any status. This is the reason the mechanism has been set that whoever is the assignee of that work order, he has to close that work order and he has to attend the work order from his end. Also, there is one feature which is notes basically. Assignee can collaborate with the team members, internal stakeholders, and even they can collaborate with the customer by adding the notes to the incident and work order tickets. This ensures that timely timestamps updates are shared with the customer who raised the ticket. So this feature is very good. Later on, I'll show you how to update the notes and how the mechanism is working. I'll show you, but I'll tell you about the notes. This is very good feature. Whenever you want to let's say collaborate with the help desk team, what you can do is you can update the notes although you are going to communicate via call, but this is not going to be capture on the portal. So just to make a digital footprints, this system is very good basically. If you want to update some notes on the portal in specific ticket, let's say you have a question, help desk team, can you please ask approval from the customer to access the data center, you can update the notes on the portal, and help desk team, they will receive an email notification on the same time. These notes will be available on the ITSM portal itself, where help desk is always available to see these notes. So this is basically URL for accessing this ITSM portal. So after this training, what I will do, I will share these documents with you guys. From there, you can review these documents and you can start begin working on this portal. And next week I will be creating, we will give you a week to test your access to attend the request, how to approve, how to validate the request, how to assign. So what I will do next week on Sunday, I will start creating some tickets, test tickets for you just to play around to see for a week how this system will work. And in case if you have any question, you can come back to us, help desk team, or either to myself and ask me the question if you have, or any concern you can raise it to me and I will help you anytime. So this is basically ticket consoles. When you open this ITSM portal, it will take you to this console. So all the ticket assigned to you or your teams will be visible on your ITSM portal, right? Including all these details, summary details, everything will be there. You can open it and you can review what this request is and why it's still pending on my end. So as I said, service level agreements, right now we don't have any SLAs in place on the portal, but soon we are planning to implement these basically SLAs in the portal, because especially for Riyadh, we have a agreement with them basically for different requests to be attended in a time frame basically. So once these SLAs are implemented on the portal, so we won't have any chance to let's say to delay anything in the system, because by the time you will pass these SLA time frames, it will create a breach basically, and through reports the customer will be able to see this SLA breach. Although we are not going to give them this visibility on their end user portal, but transparently, whenever they will ask us to share the report related to SLA, with management approval, we will be sharing those reports with the customer as well. So if there are any SLA breaches, for sure in future there will be penalties or something, consequences will happen. So that's why we will also discuss about the SLA. I'll give you the clarity about the SLAs more. Uh, as I have mentioned, this is not particularly for one side or two side. These are just example for you to understand what will be the SLAs and where to implement those SLAs basically. So SLAs will be applied only in incident tickets. For delivery, as I mentioned earlier, that there will be no SLA, let's say delivery or access, but still if the customer is requesting for access request, let's say someone is coming today at 4 p.m., then definitely we have to action that ticket as soon as possible to make sure that the access card is being granted or being issued before that time. It has to be processed before that time. But for incident, yes, we will be having SLAs, which will give us drill through reports where we can see all the SLA breaches and anything which is going to be achieved within SLA, that is also going to be available on the portal. For example, if the issue is classified, there will be a severity level at the portal. So on the portal we have four priorities basically, or severity levels. So P1 is critical, like anything which is considered as an emergency, it will fall under critical. Then we will be having S2 or P2, whatever you can call S1 or P2 or P1 or P2. Its severity level. So severity level 2 will be considered as high. It's not as much as a critical work order, but still that will be considered as high. And then P3, we will be having more longer time to response and resolve the tickets basically. That's how system is going to be designed based on these SLAs. Based on this priority level, the system will take the SLA timings itself. Let's say P1, I have just written these for example, basically just for you to understand. So let's say if anything comes under S1 or P1, so acknowledge time, we will be having two SLAs on the portal basically. One is for acknowledge means, or let's say when the work order is created by the customer, it will be auto assigned to the help desk. So once it is assigned already, the system will start its the SLAs until the work order is going to be changed on in progress. In progress means when you are going to assign your team onto it. Let's say the work is in progress, so that time within 5 minutes, let's say if you have a SLA time for acknowledgement or something, it will trigger. Already the system will start at time until or unless you will change the work order status to in progress. And then the last SLA, we will be having two SLAs, or maybe if we want or our customer want to have three SLAs, then we have to put one more barrier into it. Let's say after in progress, if they want to add something called make safe or make good or anything else in future. Right now, this option is not available on the portal, but we can do it as per our different customers' requirement. The second SLA will be triggers, will be based on resolution time basically. So let's say if the severity level as per our contract, it's saying that any incident which is raised under S1 has to be resolved within 2 hours. So these 2 hours basically you have to resolve that ticket in order to achieve this SLA within 2 hours. In case, for example, the issue is S1 and you have sent your team, you have changed the status to in progress already, but in between you got to know that this required some spare parts from outside and we cannot achieve it within 2 hours. You will be having one option called pending, which is hold request. This will stop the SLA. So later on, I will explain each option to you for your better understanding. But this option, yes, in case of any, let's say if you don't have approval from the customer and it takes time for you to proceed to a particular location where you don't have an access and you need customer approval, and in that reason also you can hold that ticket, but with the customer approval. It depends on the management. If they said or the customer said whenever you are going to put the status on pending or hold, you need our approval, so that mechanism is not available on the system, but we can do it manually. Let's say we will put the notes that we have got the approval from the customer, that you can put it on hold until or unless you will get the spare parts or anything which is not coming within 2 hours. So how you will be notified for the assigned tickets basically. So how the notification will work and how the assignment process will be on the portal for you guys. So once the customer raises, let's say, access related request. So access related requests, there is one thing which is called validation or approval. So whenever they will raise any access related, does not matter temporary or permanent, it is automatically assigned to the security team for approval or validation. You can say validation. The help desk team will not receive any notification until the security team validate that request, because this mechanism has been set in this way. So anything related to permanent, and the good thing is right now I think you are providing the access on behalf of one of the firm, which what we did, me and Roslan ourselves, we have worked on it, and we have put that form into this. Whenever the customer is going to create any temporary or permanent request, they have to fill out that form. That is mandatory for them to fill out that form. So once you receive this notification, so you will be able to see that form, and then after that, after reviewing that form, you can approve or validate that request. Once you validate that request, the system will create one work order on ITSM ticket, which will be visible for help desk and for yourself also. That ticket will be auto assigned to you again. Why this will be auto assigned to you? Let's say you have approved the request or validate the request. Now you have to prepare the access card, and you have to hand it over to the person who is coming in maybe next week or today or tomorrow. So once the access card has been granted by you to the specific person, then you can change the status. Let's say when you are begin to work, when you started preparing the access card, you can change the status to in progress, although there is no SLAs, as I have mentioned earlier, but still in progress, because until or unless you don't change the status, the customer will see their request is still pending. So after approval, they will see the request is on approval. Later on, I'll show you some graph. Everything is there. I'll show you for further explanation and for your understanding. So once this is approved, the customer will be able to see that the request is approved and it is in progress. So once the card has been granted to the specific person, you can change the status to resolve, because the card has gone to the person. In temporary cases, what we can do is until or unless the temporary access, let's say that access is granted for 2 days. So after 2 days, you have to close that work order saying that the temporary access was granted and the card is now returned to the security team, and then you can resolve that work order. What will happen, and also you can
So
update the
sorry,
notes.
Shazad, can I just interrupt?
Yeah, sure.
I've mentioned this before, right? The wording is important and the understanding. Security team will not approve any requests. Okay, the customer or whoever is raising the request, yeah, if it's a customer or if it's NG, they approve it. They're the ones who say we want them to come in. The security team will validate the request. Okay, they
Yeah.
validate. Yeah, so just because the security team's on the call, right? You're not approving any customer access. The customer approves their access. Once it's approved, it should hit your workflow. You validate it. You make sure it's, the form is correct. They've stipulated what areas they're going to, who's coming. then you kind of accept that request. I hope that's clear.
Yeah. Totally agreed. But only the issue is why I'm mentioning again and again approval, because on BMC portal, the option is only saying approve or reject, hold. This is the reason I am saying, because I know this is validation from the security. It's itself,
Right.
it's saying approval from the BMC. So I have discussed with the BMC team already. Right now they are working on it, but they said this is how it's working in everywhere, wherever they have given this software. So in future, we will try our best, because I have told them that this approval, basically your point is very valid. So this has to be showing that validation
Yeah.
instead of approval. But we are trying, me, myself, and Roslan, we are trying our best to change it. But as of now, they said you have to open a case directly with BMC. As you know, that Magnus is the service provider, and we are dealing with them. But we are trying our best to change this from approval to validation. But as of now, it's still saying approval or rejection or hold, something like that.
Understood. It's the
Yeah,
semantics. So just for
yeah,
clarity, the customer approves, the for the person to come in on the portal.
yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah.
Thanks.
No problem.
Okay,
Regarding
Shazad,
yes,
just
Faisal,
just one point. The acknowledgement and feedback to the customer should be done through the help desk or through operation team.
no. Basically, this is what I'm going to explain further. So this is only related to access request, permanent and temporary access. Okay.
No,
So
I mean if the customer open a ticket, service request, or incident. So
yes,
the first responder is operation team or help desk.
yeah. Comprehensive guide. So incident is the only thing which help desk is going to receive or service request, and then help desk team is going to assign to the specific team.
Yeah, but who's going to provide the feedback to the customer?
No, itself on the portal basically. Providing feedback is different. Right now we are talking about the portal basically. So all this is related to providing feedback that is coming under different things basically. So definitely we are the one who is going to be a primary contact for the customer basically. But right now we are talking about the portal. Let's say, because why I don't want to go into that detail. Basically we are discussing the portal and mechanism, how this is set it up. This is what we are discussing right now. So definitely it has to be help desk. Primary contact is help desk. They are providing the feedback to the customer. I'm talking about via call or via email. I'm not talking about the portal. But portal, whoever is the assignee has to attend that work order in the system. As I have mentioned, if the ticket is assigned to operation, let's say to yourself, being a help desk, I cannot change the status, because this is the standard process on the BMC portal.
So I should provide the feedback through the portal, okay?
Yes, on the portal
But
you have to do the needful.
yeah, but the communication with the customer, it should be done through you, through
Yes,
the help
yes,
desk, I
via
mean.
call. Yeah, via call. It has to
Yeah.
be via call by help desk. So delivery, and recently we
Shahzad,
have,
I have two questions, Shahzad.
yeah, who is this?
This is Noor with you.
No problem. You can ask a question if you have.
Okay, we need to involve HSE team in this, as we are not providing access without safety induction. This is number one. Okay, because if they didn't get the safety induction, we cannot provide access. And the second question, who will give us the exact route for this access? Is it the customer? Is it who will be involved in this route? Because we need to put route in their access card. So this the two question I have right now.
Yeah, as I mentioned, related to these things, Farooq is the best person who can give you this answer. But we are talking about now the portal. Let's say if you want to add any PTW or permit to work forms, okay, that one you can upload on the portal as well,
No,
specific
no.
under a specific
Sorry,
ticket.
Shazad, that's not the
Yeah,
question. So the
Yeah.
question is, and maybe if you show the portal later, it will be understood.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, I'll show you.
Everyone who comes to site, Noor, the question is good. So they should have an option on the portal to complete a generic induction to say that they read and understand it, right? I don't know if that function is ready, Shazad, but that's the process.
Yeah. So, Mr. Farooq, site induction right now it's available on the backend. I can enable it in future whenever it's required. So I got his point basically. So it's a good idea basically. We do have this option at the backend. Being an admin, what I will do, I will work on it and I will enable that option for the customers to create a site induction related request as well. We can do that as well. No
Okay.
problem.
So how it should work is if a customer says Farouk is my engineer and please allow him access to the site, right? Then there's an email that flow goes to Farouk, who's working for the customer, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
Attached to that email should be, please complete this induction form prior to arriving to site. They can read it and acknowledge it, right? Once they've done that, that's part of the validation checks for security. Make sure the induction's done, make sure everything's fine. Otherwise, you don't grant access. If they're coming to do other work that requires a permit to work, like long working or working at height, that's a different permit to request. That's a different process. And I think the flow takes you to that, right?
Yes, for sure. PTW, I have mentioned it's already there, but site induction, it's a valid point, very good point. I will add that tile into it. And as you have mentioned that the workflow will be working differently, we will have a separate call with you on this, me and Roslan, and we will discuss about it. Or otherwise, we can do one thing for site induction. The mechanism will be like anything which is coming under site induction, it will be routed to help desk, and based on your mechanism what we can do is we can assign it to the base based on the requirement. Let's say if it is related to security solely, so we will assign it to security, and if it is related to operation or any other teams we can assign it to them. We can discuss on it, no problem, but that option is available at the back end. We can enable it.
Okay,
So
we
what
should
about the
enable it.
access rule?
So I will answer that question. So we should enable this before we roll this out, right? This is basic, so we need to do it. Access route, the customer, and again, I need to have a workshop with you guys before you roll anything out. The customer will only see their areas, okay? So in Riyadh, if you have two customers, A will never see B on the portal.
Yes.
So the customer will select their areas or assets or whatever the term is in the portal, and they will say, please give access to storage room, data hall, and that's how it should work, right?
It's working right like this. We have made this mechanism already. So let's say if we have two customer on Riyadh, which is going to happen very soon. So Aramco, let's say Aramco cannot see the asset related to A100, and A100 will not be able to see their assets. They cannot even request manually because putting asset, it will be automatically by default. So whenever the customer is logged in from A100, they cannot even see or assign the any asset which is related to Aramco. That has already been there in place and it has been set it up properly.
Perfect. And so the customer can, when they say give access to my engineer Farouk, they have to select which rooms or assets, whatever we've called them, they have to stipulate where, right?
Yes. So in regards of assets, Mr. Farooq, basically right now we don't have any details of the assets.
Now, the rooms, okay, let's not use the term assets because BMC uses. The customer knows which their areas are, which their rooms are, or, whether it's a data hall or a storage room or an office, correct?
Yes, but right now this option is available only in notes. They can mention in the notes, but by clicking those serial numbers, because we have only one asset which is called A100, let's say default asset. So they can only use that asset to select on the portal, which is mandatory. But in terms of specific room, since we did not upload the asset, but if we have the details, let's say if I have the details for the asset for any specific customer, I can do that implementation as well by clicking. They can assign the asset.
Yeah, we need to do that. So they need to know which rooms and areas are assigned to them, and either they do it that way or they do it on this electronic access form. But before it hits the security inflow, everything needs to be present. Otherwise, on validation, security will reject it. We,
No
we, we
problem.
cannot we cannot give the wrong access to the customer. We don't want to think about that.
Correct. So we will have a separate call with you maybe next week or anytime you want, and we will discuss about it. For me, I will take ownership on this. I will add all those assets, whatever I will get the details from you or operation team. I can add those assets.
All right, thank you.
Sure. So let's talk about delivery. And recently we have added one new feature, which is collection request. So delivery and collection requests will automatically assign. It will not require any approval. It will be assigned to security and operations without requiring an approval. So whenever they will create, let's say they will request any delivery request from end user portal, customer itself, it will trigger a work order on ITSM portal and it will be automatically assigned to security and operations. So they will do the needful. Let's say if it is related to security, they will do their part, and if somehow operation is involved, they will do it their part and they will do the needful. And remote hands and permit to work request will be automatically also assigned to operation team without requiring approval. So anything which is related to remote hands and permit to work, it will be automatically assigned to operation team. But in case if that has to be assigned to someone else, operation team, they can reassign it to anyone else. Let's say if the request is related to security and they want security to be involved, they can add one more assignee in that specific work order, or either they can remove their assignee and they can assign it to security team. That option is available for remote and PTW requests. And recently we have added, as I have mentioned earlier, service request. We have added this is a new feature, and incident and service request. These two tickets will be automatically assigned to help desk team. Why? Because incident, it can be security incident, it can be operation related incident, and definitely if there is SLA in place, we don't want this. Maybe operation is busy somewhere, so the help desk, what they will do, they will assign then it this incident based on the nature of the incident to the relevant team. Let's say if it is related to security breach or something which involves security involvement, which required security involvement, help desk team, they will assign it to them. And definitely if it is severity level 1, help desk will also give them a call just to inform that there is a one incident which has raised by, although most of the incident will be internal, because we have a visibility on BMS where NOC team is going to highlight to help desk, and help desk they have to create the tickets. But in worst scenario, let's say if the customer has created any incident in on the portal, the help desk team will receive that ticket. It will be auto assigned to help desk, and then help desk team, they will assign it to the relevant team. Let's say security is security, and operation related should be assigned to operation team. How the assignee will be notified? Let's say if there is any ticket, the question comes in mind, how I will be notified. So basically there are two mechanism has been set it up already on the portal. If there is any ticket which is assigned to operation team, so recently I have done something. If you, I think Srinivas and operation team and Imad also, I have sent you an email that please work on your email addresses, which is group email address. I have configured those email addresses with. I have created different accounts for, let's say, Operation Riyadh. Let's talk about Operation Riyadh. So how they will be notified? How help desk will be notified that which person is on duty? Let's say the 24/7 shift is available, and if the ticket is going to be assigned to the individual, let's say Srinivas, and Srinivas himself he is not there. Maybe he is sleeping on his bed in his room, and there is a ticket, but he is not aware. The email notification went to him. So what I did basically, I have created some new accounts for entire team. Let's say operation team, there is one specific group. So anything related to operation, let's say severity level one incident or two or three, whatever it is, we instead of assigning it to the individual, we will assign it to the group. So the email addresses you guys have, anyone is sending email to Operation Riyadh or Operation Damam, it's triggering an email to the members of the groups individually. So in the same way, whenever there is ticket, help desk team they will assign it to the group. All the people added in that email group will receive email notification, individual notification that there is a ticket, assign it to you. Please do the needful. And how it will looks like, I'll show you the example. So you will receive an email notification. At the same time, you will be able to see the request on the portal dashboard. Okay, so as I have mentioned that I have created login for teams, not for individual. So whenever you are logged in on the portal, basically, you will be able to see those notification, including those requests on your dashboard, which is assigned to that group. And email on email, how let's say if there is any ticket, it will even give you a link to click on it, and it will take you on to the portal. And even in the specific ticket, it will take you there directly, and there you can do your things by your own. And the request must be validated and attended in a timely manner to avoid delays for the customers. As I was talking earlier, like if you don't validate the request or if you don't action the request, let's say if the ticket is assigned, the customer on the other hand, they will be able to see the ticket is pending because no one has actioned it until or unless you will put the status on the next step in progress or maybe resolve. They will still be able to see the ticket is unactioned. Now, this is example. There's just an example for you to understand the access related request basically. So how the flow chart and portal mechanism has been set it up on the portal. So temporary access request, when the customer is raising a ticket, temporary access or permanent access request, it will trigger a notification to security for validation. Also, you will receive the email notification as well for this notification. So
Yeah,
once you,
I have one clarification here, Shahzad.
yeah,
So once the customer read the temporary access or the permanent access, so
yeah,
the operation team should be notified here as well as part of approval, because the operation team needs to be aware who is coming to the site if they need to do
yeah.
some preparation, something like this.
Okay. So basically, this is the reason after validation, the auto created work order on ITSM upon validation. So once security will validate that request, which definitely they have to validate because customer is going to request it. They cannot hold it, although there is an option. So once they will validate this request, the work order is auto assigned to the security team as well as we will assign it to operation team. Under work order, we have two assignee. If I will show you an example, let's say this is the work order, access related work order. So if you see that assignee is the mom security, right? So request manager is also there. This option is also there. So what we can do is we can assign it to operation, and we can assign it to the group of operation. In this way, you can manage this request. Access delivery, access related delivery request, collection related work order. This option is available only for incident. There is only one assignee. But apart from that, work orders, we have this visibility already there. This is what you are referring to, Imad, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, this option is available. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, so this is end user portal. The customer raises access request status waiting approval. This is temporary access request, waiting approval or validation. So upon security validation, he will be able to see that request is in progress. Once you close that work order, the work order which is going to be created here after your validation, they will be able to see the request has been completed. Now let me show you the example how you will receive an email notification and from which email address. We have changed this to the Mark Digital. So don't bother about it as next portal or something like that. You will be receiving an email notification from the markdigital.portal at edgenex.com, or even if you will receive an email notification from Edgenex, does not matter, but you will be receiving similar to this email. So it will say your group has been assigned for work order ABC as assignee manager. Imad, you were asking this question if you are assignee manager of that, or maybe you are assignee of as a responsible, you will receive this kind of email. If you are as a manager, you have been assigned in that portal, you will receive like this assignee manager group. Please review the request, and what you have to do is just to click here on view detail, and this will take you onto the portal if you are logged in on the portal. If you are not logged in on the portal, it will show you the login screen where you have to put your credentials, login detail, user profile and password, and then the system will take you directly on this specific work order, not somewhere else but a specific work order. And how you will be able, let's say, forget about the email notification, you missed this email notification which is not supposed to happen, you will receive this. But in case if you don't want to see and you are already available on the portal, under this you will see that one notification is there, just you need to click here. And these are the options, Mr. Farouk, I was referring these options, these are options available on the portal right now. So either they can approve it, they can reject it, they can on hold, they can reassign. Let's say reassign option, if you want to reassign it to operation team, they can reassign. Security team, 100% sure that this is belongs to operation and they have to be involved, they can reassign. But if they have to validate, they can choose approve. If they will reject, the request will be showing as a cancel on end user portal towards to the customer. On hold also it will be showing them pending or on hold. Reassign, it will not show them reassign, but yes, I'll show you how they will be able to see the request is pending with who.
Yes. So if for example the access is not stipulated, then
Yep.
they have to reject it. But then they will have a kind of text box. They have to a mandatory reason. They'll have to go back to the
Yes.
customer. Okay.
Yes. After rejecting, you have to provide a reason for rejection. Rejection, on hold, and reassign. On hold and reject, there is a box coming after rejecting this. It will ask you reject reason. There are some reasons we already implemented, but we can add those. If you want to add more reasons, we can add those as well at the back end.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So after approving this, you have to click here just to see if there are any other request pending at your end. If you see that you have no new notification, that means you have nothing to do, nothing else to do in terms of approving or in terms of anything. So let's say this work order is going to be changed. Let's say the system is creating a work order on ITSM portal. So after this validation, the system, as I have mentioned already, the system will create a work order. Let's say I have given an example by logging in on this account, DMM1 security, which is a security group. So this credential I have created, now everyone involved in security has to be added on the email addresses in order to get notification. But now they can see this request is assigned to me. After that, what they can do, they can open this work order, and let's say how to change the status of the work order. Once you click here, it will open the work order similar to this, right? So this is the status. If you click here, it will show you the number of actions can be done by this status. Let's say if you want to put it on in progress, you already begin preparing the access request. So you can change the status to in progress. Once the task is completed, again, you have to go there. But every time you change the status, there will be an icon or right side bottom saying that save. You have to save it, and then you have to open this work order again, and then you have to change the status to another status from in progress to resolve. From where you can see the assignee is the mom security. Let's say the mom security wants to involve help desk or operation team. What they can do, they can click on this pencil icon. It will be editable, and then you can assign it to operation. Whoever is assignee in this work order, they can change the work order. Let's say help desk is not part of this work order, they cannot modify the work order. Only security team, the one who is assignee here, DMM1 security team, they can edit this work order, they can change their status. At the same time, they can assign it to anyone else. They can add as a request manager. Let's say they are responsible, but the request is managing by operation, they can assign it here. So this is similar what I was mentioning earlier, status. Let's say these are the statuses available on the portal. Pending, anything which is stopping you to do the work. Pending means hold the request. So once you click on pending, it will ask you to put the status reason. Status reason, let's say client approval is required, the material is not available on site, so you have to mention this here. There will be a drop down, you can choose those status reason. All the drop down based on our requirement we have already added there, but in case in future if you want to add more things into it, we can add that one as well. Also, if you are assigning in this work order and you think that the priority, let's say priority is chosen as a P1, which is systematically basically, and it's not a P1 based on your understanding, you can change the status. But in access request, as I have mentioned, there is no P1, P2, P3. But yes, on incident, you can do it, and either way, help desk can also do it for you. So this is ticket basically again I am showing you status reason. Let's say if you are going to put the status on completed, it will show you some drop down, successful with issues, and there are more drop downs into it. You can choose this one. So until or unless you choose this reason, especially when the request is on hold or completed, this will not let you close this work order or complete this work order. So from your side, you don't have to close the ticket, but what you have to do is to change the status to complete. Complete means the work is already been completed, and after 5 days, the work order itself, it will be automatically closed in the system within 5 days. So I have talked about the nodes earlier, if you remember. So once you open this work order and you click on the edit somewhere on pencil icon, so on the right side, if you can see, these are the nodes. This is what I was referring. If you want to communicate something to help desk, you can write down the notes here. I can show you the live thing basically. If you see, these are the notes which we have added in this particular work order. Let's say I want to add something. I want to say help desk. You can choose A help desk. Let's say this is help desk. Help desk, can you please ask customer approval? And you can choose also note type. Let's say configuration, audit, SLA. There are many things, basically chat. You can choose chat. But this is public. If you will click here as a public, the customer will be having the visibility on this. If you don't put this, if you don't check, put your check here, then it will be only visible for internal teams. Similar to this is as per within the teams, because this was created by one of the customer in the MAM, and he has updated the notes. And what if you remember, I am always talking about digital footprints. So let's say what time this request was in progress, and who has done this. This was Imad. So let's say customer wanted to see what time they started work on this particular things. These digital footprints are available on right side underneath these nodes. So let's do it. I'll not put it on public because this has been raised by one of the customer available in the MAM. So I don't want him to, have a visibility on this. I will put test notes. Okay, I will post it. So once you post it, now it is going to be added in this. So we don't have any option to edit this. Even you cannot edit anything, whatever you have written. And if you have written something which has missing details, you can add another notes. And in case if you want to notify the customer for something, you can update here and you can just say public and post it. So this is
Shahzad, once you update, I will receive notification by email or
yes. Sorry, I forgot to mention this. So let's say if you are referring it to help desk will, if you are choosing this icon at the rate, let's say Farooq, I'll say Farooq. So by the time you choose Farooq names, he will receive an email notification because we have tagged it properly. But if you are writing Farooq Nazir, if he is, let's say, if he is assignee of this work order, or if he is the customer and you are putting it as public, then he will receive this email notification as well. That's how the mechanism has been set it up. So if you are tagging someone, it should be at the rate. Okay, then name, let's say Imad. Then he will receive an email notification. But yes, if you are assignee in this work order and I am mentioning anything, let's say we need approval and I'll post it, only the person who is here, he will receive notification email that there is notes. I have some example of the emails which I'll show you also if you want. Also, I think you are also receiving these notifications, so you are aware that what is the notes there. Also, again, you will be having the URL or something to click, which will take you directly onto these notes. What these notes are, but the details of the notes are also mentioned in that ticket. So if you put it as public, this will be visible for the customer who has created the work order or the person who is main point of contact on that work order. So we talked about how ITSM portal it looks like. Now we will talk about end user portal. How the end user portal or customer will be able to see the different things on his portal. So once he will create any ticket, it will show him as a waiting for approval. Let's say temporary access waiting for approval. And also he will be having a visibility currently waiting for one approval from these people. So they can also give you a call or they can either send you an email that there is a request. This is depends on the customer. If they don't want to give you a call, we are not expecting anyone to give us a call, but what we have to do is to be vigilant on the portal, basically to check if there is any notification emails or anything. So he will be having a visibility on this. This is pending with who? ABC. So again, this request, let's say if it is approved, it will go to the next step, which is in progress. So these are the nodes. Whatever you will put it as a public, they will be able to see testing completed from the backend. Access card has been granted. These are the example of the nodes. So if they will open this ticket, although they will receive an email notification similar what we are going to have, they have the same mechanism set it up, but on the portal they can also see under that ticket. So once you approve this, they will be able to see who has approved this request. Let's say if it is group security, Riyadh security one, I have created one as I told you already. So I have created one group email for Riyadh security, one for the MAM security, one for Operation Riyadh and one for the MAM. So whoever will approve it, customer will also be able to see that this has been approved by ABC. And the ticket status is from here pending to waiting for approval to in progress. Also, they can see similar what you can see under this notification that X permanent access request is approved. Temporary access request, which request ID is approved at what time. These time stamps are also there at the end user portal. So customer being a customer, if I am a customer, I can see this under this notification icon. So as soon as you close the work order related to that permit request, delivery, or whatever he has raised it, he will be able to see this complete request. Until or unless this is completed, it will show them like on pending task. They have one pending list on top, but once it is completed, it is gone down. They can extract the data from there. So if you have any question until here, you can ask me now, or otherwise, because we are already, I think, ahead of behind the time. Basically, it's already past. So for today's training, what are the key takeaway for you guys? Always check for the assigned request on the portal and via email. So you have to be vigilant, basically, in terms of checking your emails. Let's say if there is any email, definitely if it you have Outlook on your mobile phone, even you are on field, you can see the email address that there is a ticket. Act on the request without delay to ensure a smooth operation. And then regular use the portal to track and validate assigned ticket. I can understand that regular use is not possible, especially for operation team. But again, as I have said that these mechanisms are there to help you to understand if there is any request. At the same time, as I have said, SLA related incident, help desk will receive a basically ticket and they will notify to you, especially for P1 and P2 related issue, that there is a ticket. Can you please check on your side, and then the assignee will do the needful from there. So as I have mentioned earlier, what will be the next step after this training? First thing, you have to begin using the portal for all incoming requests. So for doing this, basically, I will create some test ticket for you to practice, because you cannot practice with these work orders since these are the actual work orders created by these customers. If you see, these were raised by the mom customer, this was raised by us help desk. Okay, so whatever is, let's say the ticket I'm going to raise it, I will send you an email, let's say for different groups, security related. I will create 3 to 4 for the mom security, and then for the mom operation, I will create 3 to 4 for all of you to practice under those tickets, and I'll provide you the ticket number with the summary saying that this is testing for security team. And from there, after you can play with those tickets just to check how the notes are working. If you encounter any issue, let's say the notifications are not triggering an email notification, or let's say you are not able to change the status or anything, help desk is already always available for you to for the guidance. In case if you encounter any difficulty for validation, even for closing or anything, you can ask the help desk assistant. We will be more than happy. All of us from help desk, we will be more than happy to assist you. So the conclusion of this today's training, by following this training process, we can manage our requests. This is the conclusion and the benefit of this training basically. So what we can do now, we can manage requests more efficiently, finish them faster, and improve customer satisfaction. Also, soon we will be having some kind of reports which is saying that customer satisfaction. Let's say if the customer, let's say the requests are not having any SLAs, but apart from that, customer wanted to see the things move faster basically. So there will be a survey in future, but still we are waiting for management suggestion on this. If we can enable this just to improve our satisfaction survey or something. We do have these reports already available, but right now we have not given this option to our customer. Let's say to say you are happy with the service or no. So once the ticket is closed, they will receive a notification on the portal and an email that if you are satisfied with this ticket, this has been closed with these remarks. If you are satisfied, say happy, unhappy, aggressive, emotional, or whatever, they will choose it. Based on those, we can extract the reports from itself from there. Now, if you guys have any questions, you can ask me so I can explain more better. Any questions from anyone? Imad or Noor?
Thank you. Thank you. Everything is okay.
No problem.
Thank you. It's a
So
great
Imad, I will,
information.
yeah, no problem. Thank you. Thank you very much. Imad, I will share these documents with you and with your team as well, security, and also at the same time, I will share it with Riyadh team as well. So from Sunday, I will be creating some test work order following this training session. So from there, you can play around with the portal only for the specific tickets, not for the actual request. And from there, you will be able to, like attending and closing your tickets by yourself. Okay. And thank you very much for joining this training session. I really appreciate that. And please feel free to reach me out or help desk team if you have any further questions related to the ticketing system or assignment or anything. Thank you. Thank you, team. I
Thank you.
think we
Thank
can
you.
close this call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.